up, everybody? It's your boy Dan in the building. We in here for another one, man. We live, man. Talking about the Cowboys. They fall to the Philadelphia Eagles, man. 41-7. I wanted to lose, but God dog, this was a beatdown. We can talk about it. This is my co-host.
Hey, what's going on, fam, man? This is your boy John, man. Make sure you grab yourself some water and some drink, man. Sit back, relax, let it be known. What's going on? What's going on, bro?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much, man. Like I said, man, this was a doggone beatdown. And it didn't have to be that way. It was a beatdown because of players' execution. Like Cooper Rush giving away touchdowns, Cooper Rush giving away the ball freely. Like we in scoring position 2 to 3 times and Cooper Rush throws a pick unnecessarily. Or it's 3rd and 1. We need 1 yard. Cooper Rush throws a 40-yard bomb in double coverage. Like you didn't have to lose this bad. And the thing about it is, I have been preaching that his accuracy is poor, man. Like, if he's throwing more than 10 yards, that ball is going to be well outside the catch radius. And guys are going to have to be reaching for it, lunging for it. Like, it's crazy. His accuracy is poor. Is that poor? You don't even want to think about, him throwing on the run. I think that the only thing that I fault Mike McCarthy is for not starting Cooper Rush in the second half. I mean, not Cooper Rush. What's his name? Trey Lance in the second half. That's the only thing that I fault Mike McCarthy for. Other than that, I thought he called a pretty good game. I thought he did exactly what he needed to do. I thought guys was just fumbling and turning the ball over, which he can't control. He can't control where Cooper Rush is going to throw it, when he's going to throw it. His only control is to call a play. And Dallas was basically getting what they wanted, pretty much. They was marching down the field, and there was nothing that Philly could do about it. Rico Dallas was running down the throat, and you was getting what you want. All you do is just play pitch and catch, run the ball. Pitch and catch, run the ball, and you were just getting it. Like, they was playing 2 high safeties. It was going to be hard to launch it downfield. Take the underneath stuff. They was giving you all the underneath routes. This was the game where you could actually run the comeback routes because the cornerback was not letting the receiver get behind him. So yeah, you could run a lot of comeback routes, a lot of curls. You could have ran a lot of choice routes. You could even ran some whip routes underneath with Turpin. Like all the underneath stuff, it was there. The run game, it was there. Like you didn't have to force anything, and Cooper Rush started to try to force it. And
the last person needs to be trying to force anything.
And it was just like he's just not that type of quarterback to where, like, if you're going to throw that ball, it has to be pinpoint accuracy. Like you have to drop it in a bucket, and he's just not that type of quarterback. And then 2, you don't have that type of receiver on the field. Like CeeDee Lamb isn't out there where he can just make some freakishly athletic catch. Right. Where it's like, man, I don't know how he caught that. You don't have that on the field. CeeDee Lamb is out for the remainder of the year, which we have only 1 more game, and I'm glad because I'm gonna finally get some sleep. And no, I won't. We'll be reacting to something. We'll we'll keep working, keep this content flowing. But we won't be reacting to this mess. So I wanted to make that clear. Do not blame Mike McCarthy for this.
No.
This was not Mike McCarthy's. And I really don't even blame the defense. Like if the offense is this, if the offense is gonna continue to put you in the hole like this, they're gonna throw picks, fumbles, and you're putting the defense right back on the field. Defense started out playing amazing. Like the first touchdown came from a pick six.
Mm-hmm.
Like
and they was moving the ball.
You move the ball all the way downfield. If you take care of it, you're gonna at least get a field goal out of it. He was already in good field goal range. Just take care of the ball. Just take what the defense give you. I know he's been hearing the noise about him being just a check down Charlie. That's what you are. You're just a check down Charlie. You're a backup. That's what you are. That's what you're going to always be. You're going to be a backup. You're not a starter. And it looked like he was out there trying to compete to get a starting job somewhere. And that's just not who you are. Like, you just don't have the intangibles. You just don't have the talent. He's a great backup guy. He's a great manager of the game when he plays within the game. But when he tries to be special, you get what you get today.
Facts.
You get a catastrophic beatdown. And Dallas should have at least had at least 28 points. You threw 2 picks, which both of those picks, you could have got scores out of those. We fumbled, could have got a score out of that. That's that's at least 3 tugs that you left on the field. And then not including you wore your defense down because you keep putting them right back on the field. They get a stop, punt it to you. You go out and do something stupid. They right back on the field. But shout out to the guys, man. They battle. Boy, one more thing before I turn it over to John, man. This Booth character, man, got beat like a drum.
Boy. Woo. That boy ain't got no eye left.
Boy, they beat this boy to his rear end should be sore and red. The skin should be off that boy rear end. He shouldn't even have no hair on his rear end. The way they beat this boy.
Man.
That boy got a Joe Jackson whooping out there. Boy, they brutalized them, boy. They said, "Oh, you want to match up Bland with Brown? Okay,
I bet.
All right." Which was, I don't fault them because you're trying to take away one weapon. Like, I ain't gonna just let them just both be feasting out here. Both of them got 100+ yards, but whenever they need to play, man, they just went to the booth. And I just kept saying, man, I know what you want to do, Mike. I know what you want to do, Zimmer, but you're gonna have to give this man some safety help. Like, you're just gonna have to leave a safety over the top, and I know it hurts the defense or whatnot because you're still worried about Saquon, so you can't have that light of a box to where now Saquon is eating you up, and that's kind of what happened in the second half. They gave him safety help, and now Saquon is going off.
He's still going off.
And now it's well, yeah, because now your safety's deep. Donovan Wilson, they back deep because Devontae Smith is turning them a new one. Like, every time he touched it, he's going for 6. So as a coach, you're stuck in the middle. Like, I guess I ain't got no choice but to leave the safeties out and have a light box. I got to play a little bit more nickel now because I need help covering. And so, like, I got to have a nickel cone in there just in case Devontae Smith goes to the slot. I don't want a linebacker on him. So, it was kind of a tough sledding. This is where you do miss Trayvon Diggs. You do miss, you miss that. And but Zimmer was kind of stuck between a hard place.
I mean, it was in a bad spot.
And there was nothing he could really do to fix the issue. Because
Connor's hurt.
Everybody hurt, man. Everybody on injury reserve. So it was nothing he can really do to really keep the defense stable. Because, like, you give the corner help. Now the box is light. And then if you don't give him help, now the corner's out there getting cooked. And then you want to stop Saquon. and you want to go big, but then you got to also keep Jordan Lewis in, so you got to have a nickel package because you don't want Devontae Smith. You don't want the Eagles to be like, oh, you got 3 linebackers in, cool. Put Devontae Smith in the in the slide, and now he got a linebacker on him. So I mean, shout out to the coaches, man. You did what you can do with what you had. I mean, you didn't have it was going to be a tough sledding because they have a lot of weapons, and you needed your offense to help you out, man. You just needed them to play sound football. You needed them not to be a turnover machine, man. They was everything but sound. Any mistake they could made, they made it. And man, I don't know, man. But I turn over the job, man.
Ah, man. Yeah, I mean, going into the game, I didn't expect us to win the game, but I didn't expect us to lose this bad either. I mean, they knocked us down, and on they knocked us down, then they stomped us. They stomped us out. Yeah, it could have been a little closer than what it was, man. Like Dan said, man, we could at least had 21 and 28 points. If we didn't turn the ball over. And these were just, it was unforced turnovers, really, especially that pick, those picks. I mean, the guy, you threw it right in the guy's number. You had no choice but to catch that one, that first one, the pick 6. And then you threw into double coverage on the second one, which made no sense. Throw it away to give yourself another day. Don't throw that. Your arm already not strong enough to throw downfield anyway. And then, those fumbles, man, those just lack of concentration, man, of not protecting the ball. Man, it's supposed to be high and tight, man, and it was nothing but that.
Yep.
But yeah, man, it was anything that could go wrong, man, it did. Man, we lost time possession. We only had the ball for 27 minutes, which put your defense on the field for 32 minutes, and that hurts, man. Especially when they have a high power offense like Philly, like they have, man. I mean, everybody got off of Philly, man. Saquon got off. He almost had 200 yards on us, and then you let what's their receiver name? Devontae Smith, he got off for 6 for 120. So, man, and then, man, we even let the third string came in and cooked. But by the time, man, defense was they had it. So, and he had a 163 QBR rating. I'm sorry, not 63, 156.2 on but man, Cooper Rush, man, he should have been. I think in second quarter he should have been yanked. To be honest,
yeah.
To be honest, man, that man was 15-28 for 147 yards in the 50 QBR. What about that is going to give us a chance to even remotely be competitive in this game? Remotely, nothing was promising about what he did today. You should have put Trey Lance in. Let Trey Lance get some reps, man. Let him get some run, man. At least try to set a market for himself because he hasn't been able to play this year with him being on the last year of his deal. At the very least, I mean, it's not like we're going anywhere. We got most of our key players on IR.
Most of them.
So, I mean, let the young kid get in there, get some reps, man. Try to set a market for himself. But yeah, man. But shout out to Rico Dowdle, man. He was our only bright spot today. I'm glad he got his 1,000 yards so he can get paid. I was rooting for him hard, man. I was cheering for him. He was running hard, man.
He's running hard, man.
23 carries, 104 yards, and 4.5 a pop. I mean, that's hard, efficient running, man. Outside of that fumble, man, you can't really ask much more for him. And then he had a few catches out the backfield as well.
For sure.
So shout out to him, man. And I don't know what the deal was, man. We kept trying to fight these guys, man. I'm like, the fight should have been on the field. You trying to fight these guys on kickoffs and punt returns and all this, man. Use that energy, man, to make some plays on the field, man. Do that.
Yeah.
Because all this fighting after the play is over and all that, man. Man, watch out, man. Watch out with all that, man. But yeah, he had a chance to play spoiler a little bit. Help them made it a little bit more competitive for between Washington and Philly as far as the division. But what could go wrong did go wrong today with Dallas, man. I mean, team tank, man. So I mean that's a plus side of it. So I think we're in the 12th spot right now as of today. So hopefully, man, we can crack the top 10 come this game next week. But I'm not sure. I have to do some digging to see if that's even a possibility, because we want to come out here and play Aspired the last few weeks. So, but man, that's all I got right now, man.
And there's one thing I want to say, like, this team is oozing with talent. Like, the Cowboys is oozing with talent.
That's the frustrating part.
Like even with everybody, we got dang near almost all of our stars on IR or have been at one point of the season. Right, most of our stars have missed a ton of time this season, at least 4 games or more. And to see this team rally and fight, to see Mike McCarthy still try to get the best out of what he had, was a true testament. Was a true testament to the fortitude of his leadership. And I know his leadership had been questioned. And I've been saying for the longest that it ain't that he can't be a coach. It ain't that he don't have good leadership, because he does. It's play calling has been questionable. But I must say, in the past, we have to kind of scratch our heads and ask, was it really questionable? Because we had no run game. And now that you have Rico Dowdle in this new revived old line, I can only imagine if Dak had a running back like this. Well, we seen him with a running back like this, and we seen what happened. Like he had when Ezekiel Elliott was doing what he was doing, like him and Dak was a tandem to be reckoned with. Right? They lost in the playoffs off of a desperation throw of Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But like the offense was number one. We've previously had number one offenses under Dak Prescott, and that came with some semblance of some type of run game, being able to run the ball. And for the past year or two, we haven't been able to run the ball, and that's been quite simply because the O-line just wasn't getting any push.
Facts.
And to see what Rico Dowdle did today against this stout defensive line, they got some big boys on their defensive line. And for him to go out and get 100+ yards on a team that's knowing that you're coming in to run the ball. Like, they know Dallas is coming to run the ball.
Yeah, that's the only threat.
And for Rico to come out, get 100+ yards, it was telltale. And I kept telling people, it's not the back, it's the line. I don't care who you put back there. If you do not block for them, they are not going to be solid. A la Saquon Barkley and the Giants. Look at what Saquon's doing now. He's on the cusp of breaking Eric Dickerson record.
100 yards away.
Versus being at the Giants, and he's always hurt because he's getting hit so much. And he's the only weapon they had. Versus he go to Philly, you got receiver weapons, you got tight end weapons, like you got weapons all over. And so, and then you got an O-line that moves people. that gives him a chance to actually make something happen. And that's what happened to Rico these past 5 weeks. Like, he just went off because you actually got the O-line is actually letting him make a move, make something happen. He's not getting hit he's not getting hit in the backfield every other play. And so I kept saying, "Oh man, we need to go draft Ashton Genty or whatever his name is." And I said, "Man, with this O-line, you're gonna be complaining about he sucked too."
That's facts.
Dak sucked. Oh, Dak sucked. It's like, bro, do you see the O-line? I knew Dak was going to get hurt because I kept saying, man, he's getting hit too much. It's bound to happen.
Yeah, we said it here. We said it here in what, week 2 or 3?
We said a week 2 or 3. We said if he keep getting hit like that, Dak gonna end up hurt too. And we said if he get hurt, the season for sure over. And that's exactly what happened. He got hurt, and the season was over because he kept getting hit, getting sacked, getting hit out of the play. Like, they couldn't keep him clean.
Facts.
And so that's where we are, man. It's a Cowboy season, man. I had been yelling tank. They didn't want to tank. Yeah. Now, what the psychotic thing is, when the season's over with, now they're gonna be complaining. Stupid fans gonna be complaining about our draft seeding.
Yep.
Man, we need a top 10 pick. We need a top 5 pick. Well, we would have had it had we been losing.
Could have had it.
Had we lost these last 5 games, god dang, we probably had a top 4 pick.
Yes, sir. Could have had it.
You know, so man, the 2 areas, man, they must address, man, the D tackle and the left tackle. They must address those areas, man, for and foremost. And then 2, they got to get another weapon to pair with CeeDee Lamb. I don't know if it's T. Higgins. I don't know if it's Stephon Diggs.
I don't know if we can afford Higgins, bro. Higgins to get paid.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know, what route they want to take, but he needs a weapon opposite. I like AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, right? You need a weapon where you come in and say, well, we're going to take him away. Like, okay, cool. Like, Dallas took away the AJ Brown, and Devontae Smith just like, okay, cool. You going to leave me in single coverage?
I bet.
And that's what happened. Dallas don't have that option. Now, we had the option when we had Amari Cooper. If they try to take Cooper away, then Lamb would eat. Try to take Lamb away, then Cooper would eat. Like, you're going to need 2 threats out there on the wide out position. You're just going to need it.
Dang. Looks like, man, we're probably going to be stuck in that 12th spot. Because we have San Francisco in front of us, but they play Detroit and Arizona, and both of those teams can very well beat San Francisco this year, and that can keep us in our. Now, if we end up tied with the same record, then yeah, but I don't see them winning out with those 2 games remaining, man. Yeah, I think we kind of screwed the pooch on this one.
And just to say something for the Philly fans, man, y'all not winning the Super Bowl, dog.
Oh, no.
Y'all not winning the Super Bowl, man. I'm just going to tell you that now.
You can get that out your head, for sure.
We don't believe in Jalen Hurts.
Y'all don't even believe in Jalen Hurts.
Don't believe in him, man. I don't see y'all beating Kansas City. Don't see you beating Buffalo. Don't even see you beating Detroit.
Or Minnesota.
If all this falls in line, I got Detroit and Minnesota in the NFC. Depending on who they play, or, of course, matchups, makes a difference. I could see them potentially beating Minnesota, but I don't see them beating Detroit. And I don't think nobody in the NFC can beat Detroit. as of right now. That's going to be a playoff
Nah.
team.
Yeah,
Detroit somehow stay healthy, and I don't know how, but they stay they stay healthy, relatively healthy.
and they got some dogs, man.
I mean, yeah, but like this year, it's been a health thing. Like 49ers bashed with injuries, Dallas bashed with injuries. Like it's been teams that just been bashed with injuries, and not just like any injuries. Like we got like 4 or 5 of our top guys out. Like we're playing practice squad guys. Like Booth is a practice squad guy.
Fact, he wasn't even supposed to see the field like this, and we see why today. Homie
Like
got
every time he gets to the game, he gets whooped.
He's the mouse in the house. He's the stool loader on the field.
I don't know why he's in the NFL. I just don't know.
Can't say speed because the way Devontae Smith ran past the old boy.
I mean, if I'm in man coverage, man. If I'm in man coverage, no safety help. Rule number 1 is don't let the receiver get behind you.
Facts.
That's what I'm worried about if I'm in man coverage. I play some corner, and when I was in single coverage, that was the main thing that I was coached up to do. When you're by yourself, man, don't let the defense get behind you. You don't have safety help. If you're going to come down and crash in, you better be sure. Because if he double move you, that's good night. And
Facts.
so I knew that. And so Devontae Smith is constantly like, Devontae Smith wasn't even hitting him with a double move. He just was running past him.
Straight past him.
And I just said, dude, just give him a big cushion. Just play bend, don't break defense. And just keep popping him. He don't like to get hit.
Now you think he's a small guy.
When Dallas was hitting him, he on the ground, he holding his wrist. He don't like to get hit. I guarantee you start thumping him a couple of times.
He gonna go sit down over there.
He gonna go sit down over there.
Facts. And I think Donovan Wilson got hurt too, so he ain't finished the game. Because he would have thumped him.
Well, he got thumped by Bland. Bland came up, played back, whatever, gave him cushion, let him catch it underneath, came up, smack, and he landed on the ground. That's how you play. That's how Bland played A.J. Brown. That's why A.J. Brown only had 32 yards. Yeah, he got a touchdown, but he only had 32 yards.
Facts. Nah, he didn't get off like he usually do. Yeah. He had 3 catches, 36 yards. Yeah. Didn't get off.
So he didn't just go insane.
No, man. So I did put a question in the chat, man. What positions should the Cowboys draft this year? Let's see what answers we may get. I know we spoke about D tackle and also left tackle, and those are glaring. I think for as running back, we should stay away from that.
There's a lot of
running
receivers
backs on the street.
I don't draft no running back. I'm gonna get one in free agency.
It's so many on the street, man. I would not touch that.
I'm not gonna waste a pick on that. Like I would just go and get me one off the street. I would get Rico and I go get a running back to pair with him, and I'll rock like that. And I'll either go get me a receiver if I can't get one, out for free agency, or I'm gonna get me a D tackle, or I'm gonna get me a left tackle.
Facts. So, now, what would you do about backup quarterback? Would you try to keep Cooper Rush? Because I think he's up.
I mean, I wouldn't keep him. I I mean, he's a good backup for sure, but I wouldn't be looking to keep him. I don't want him or Rush. To be honest with you,
Yeah, I think they both up. So
they're gonna be gone.
So would you try to draft one or?
I would potentially draft a quarterback for sure, and just let him play up under Dak and see what he can develop into. But the quarterbacks you have now, they're gonna be nothing more than second and third string guys. We don't have a potential first string guy, at the quarterback position. So I would draft someone.
How high are you willing to go?
Nah, because you just paid that.
Is it not?
Like
So
that,
so would you say third round, fourth round?
it'd be least priority, but it would be a priority. I haven't seen. I gotta go look at our picks and see how many third and fourth round picks we got. Now we got 3 fourth round, 3. If we have 3 third rounders, I'll probably take a quarterback with one of those third rounders.
Okay.
But it's not a high of significance because we just signed Dak, so we got him for at least 4 or 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't get totally desperate there, but I would be looking into grooming another guy. To see what we could have or what we could get. The quarterback market is thin this year. Like there isn't a lot of good quarterbacks coming out. I mean, to me,
It's only
there's
2.
there's only 2 or 3 good quarterbacks coming out,
Yeah.
and that's pretty much it. So like maybe next year draft. But like there's not a lot of guys that's coming out that you look at him like, man, he's got a lot of potential.
No, that's for sure. Yeah, I wouldn't go no higher than third round for a backup to Dak, and even possible the next reign and next guy in order.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
I would potentially draft the guy in the 6th round. I mean, shoot, that's how we got Tony Romo.
yeah, that's true. It happens, especially here. It's happened more often than not.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady 6th round. It's happened. He's the top dog for his quarterback. So
I mean,
but
to some.
Well, the most accomplished, would you say?
Yeah. I don't really look at in team sports. I don't really look at championships as an individual thing. Because there's a lot of if that's the case, there's a lot of great players that will have championships. I don't look at championships as a individual thing. I look at championship as a team thing. Now, what I do look at is what you're able to accomplish in individuality records. If we're gonna just talk about individual, like he's the GOAT. Like, oh, what makes him go? He got Super Bowls. Like, well, he didn't win Super Bowls on his own. Like, New England defense was nasty. You couldn't score on them. Like, no matter how bad he played, they was always in the game because the defense just wasn't giving up points. Belichick's defense was stifling. Like, in order for you to come back from 28-3, that means your offense was putrid, and your defense had to come out and basically not give up any more points. You know how good of a defense you have to be to hold somebody for the rest of the second half to no points
In the Super Bowl.
So that's why I say, like, yeah, is he a great player? Yeah, for sure.
So, with that being said, so who would you consider top dog for as QB
of all time?
All time.
I mean, that's subjective.
I know
Like,
it's subjective, but
that's subjective.
who
Like,
would Dan say
like
is
different things I like about different quarterbacks. Like Dan Marino, I like his throwing. Right. If you ever go watch Dan Marino, he's one of the most beautiful passers that you probably will ever see. Did Dan Marino win a lot? No, he didn't win a lot. But if you go talk to a lot of legends, they will tell you the same exact thing. Who do you think has some of the most best passes, some of the most accurate passes? Who released the ball the fastest? They're gonna tell you Dan Marino. He's one of the most best passers. Now, playmakers, I would probably say Pat Mahomes. He's one of the best playmakers out there. Like, he can make something out of nothing with his legs and his arm. Lamar Jackson, more so legs. He can make something out of nothing. Now, one player that I thought that had a chance to be there was Michael Vick, but he messed his career up, getting locked up for the years he got locked up. And when he came out, he was really a shell of himself from when he went in. If you remember 2004 Michael Vick, you talking about a human
and had an arm.
A human highlight reel with either arm or legs. Like, it was nothing we had ever seen before.
And shout out to him, man, getting that head coaching job, man.
Shout out to him up there getting that head coaching job, man. Shout out to Dion for opening doors, man. For more minority coaches, man, in the FBS, man. We see a lot of minority coaches in the black colleges, man, but in the LBS schools, man,
we starting to.
You don't really see black coaches, man. And for Dion to get that job, it's opening doors, especially for ex-athletes, man. Like, I don't know why more ex-athletes don't have head coaching jobs.
Yeah.
Especially black coaches. Like, majority of your players are black. They're going to relate to the coach. Like, in the NFL, I don't know why we don't have more black coaches. Like, majority of the players on the team are black.
You know why.
I mean, I know why. I know why. But
you know how that go.
But with just being said of that, I think that when we talk about the greatest player or anything like that, if you've been watching the show, I'm a big stickler of, I hate saying who's the greatest and who isn't the greatest, because everyone hasn't had the same situation. Right? So if you give, like, a big GOAT debate is between MJ and LeBron. Right? You go look at MJ's structure versus LeBron's structure, right? LeBron in his prime never played with a Hall of Fame coach, right? MJ had arguably the best coach of all time in Phil Jackson. LeBron has never really had a structure. He's been the structure. He didn't have a triangle offense. LeBron was the offense. LeBron early years in Cleveland didn't have a Pippen. He had Mo Williams. So, like, things are just subjective. Like, we seen Jordan's career before Pippen got there, before Phil Jackson got there. Like, we seen it. Like, we like to erase all the years before he was winning. Like, he came in at 84. He didn't win to 92. That's almost 10 years of losing.
Yeah.
Like, in the 80s, he's getting his tail ran about. Like, they running a Boston on this boy.
Yeah, like he only played 6 years.
They're like 6 years is all he played. Like, no. Like, he played all throughout the 80s. He's never beat Larry Bird, ever. Larry Bird don't know what it's like to lose to Jordan. He's never beat him. He couldn't beat Isaiah, not until later on not until 92. Couldn't beat Isaiah. That's why Isaiah Thomas saying, like, wait a minute now, like, don't act like we wasn't whooping his tail. Like, don't act like we wasn't whooping his tail.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, that's why I think, do I think Jordan is a GOAT? Yeah, I do. I just think that things are, and even Michael Jordan said it in an interview. He don't think that rings make you the greatest of all time. And I know that made a lot of Jordan fans kind of pissed off or whatever, because they like to hang their hat on, oh, he got 6 rings, 6 finals. And he's like, well, if it makes him the GOAT, then Bill Russell, Kareem, like all these guys got to come into play. But no one would ever say that Bill Russell is better than Jordan. You wouldn't say it. Just off of sheer skill.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't say it, but Bill Russell has more hardware. So I wouldn't say that Tom Brady is the GOAT, because Tom Brady has all this hardware. And you look at skill, Tom Brady don't have the best ball. Tom Brady ain't athletic. So it's subjective to who you like. If you like a player, man, and he's that guy for you, then that's cool. Don't tear down the next guy to build your guy up.
Facts.
So if you're a Jordan fan and he's your GOAT, cool. But don't tear down LeBron or any other player to try to build Jordan up. Every time someone mentions LeBron's greatness, they try to combat it with Jordan. Oh, he ain't Jordan. Like, well, it wasn't talking about Jordan. It was talking about LeBron.
Yes, substantiate your argument.
like, don't turn down another guy. If he just ain't your guy, then just say that's not my guy. I resonate more with this guy. I resonate with certain guys based on how I like the game to be played. Right? And so I like the game to be played a certain way. I like to play the game a certain way. And, that's kind of who I resonate with playing. I like the game played the way LeBron James played. I like it.
Facts. Man, what's this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I just sound like a player that does everything at an elite level.
So since we're already here, man, speaking a little bit of NBA, man. So of course here at Let There Be Known Sports, man, we do cover the Mavericks as well.
For sure.
And so the suspensions that came down, Najee,
then my boy Dirty, man. I was hoping for 2-3 games at the most.
I told you, man.
I knew it wasn't gonna be 5, but I was hoping from 2 to 3. They gave him 4. They gave
4.
They gave Nurkic 1. They gave Nurkic 3, and he instigated the whole ordeal. And he threw the first lick.
And he got history.
How did he get less? And he got history. He's been suspended before.
He has history. And then on top of that, PJ, I don't understand that one to save my life there.
I don't know how he got suspended. I thought the ejection was enough for a
push. And personally, I don't even think he should have got suspended for a push.
No, I'm saying I thought ejection was enough for a push. I didn't think suspension was warranted for PJ.
I'm just like, bro, I'm like, a game? I'm like, boy. I said, the way they've been out there this year, man, let alone the way that we've been traveling. And then on top of this,
we played in Phoenix, guys. For those who don't know, we played in Phoenix. And then we had a back-to-back in Portland. We had to travel 1,000 miles.
And play the next night.
And I road trip and play the next night, and it showed. Guys were running in quicksand.
Shout out to Kyrie, man. Kyrie was...
Well, shout out to the whole team, man. Like, they battled, man. And I hate to lose the game, man. And I knew they was tired, And I didn't come down hard on them, because that's hard to do. that's hard to do. You have a hard fought game in Phoenix. You handle
Mm.
business, and then you have to get on a plane, and you've been traveling, doing all this traveling, and then you travel up to Portland, and they've been sitting there resting, waiting on you,
Wait
and
on you.
you get on the court, and Dallas was sluggish, man. I mean, they hung in the game, man, to the very end, man, but they were sluggish, man. Guys were tired. And and let alone you were shorthanded, right?
Yeah.
To say the least. Right? You're missing Luca already. You miss PJ, you miss Lively, and you miss Najee Marshall, right? So 3 of those guys are starters, right? PJ Lively and Luca are starters. So you're missing 3 starters, and you're missing a prominent bench guy. And so all the offense you miss, we just saying offense of Luca, PJ, and Najee are big offensive guys.
It's a big blow. Big blow.
Like PJ's giving you double doubles. Najee's capable of giving you 20 any night.
Mm-hmm.
We miss Lively's rebounding, shot blocking.
Defense.
We miss his defense. We miss PJ's defense. We miss his rebounding. And so I thought that, and then I thought the game was officiated poorly. Like the officiators, they were just calling whatever, and I just hate female officials in the NBA. I just do. Ain't none of them good. Ain't none of the female officials good. And if you've been watching the games and you know basketball, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I think Joel Embiid will back you up on that.
I mean, not just Joel Embiid, like just go and watch, just go and watch the games and watch how they ref.
I was just thinking about just the last, far as headline was concerned when he got thrown out, he didn't even do nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
she anticipated him doing something and he didn't do it.
Or like you got Andre Drummond getting tossed and then getting untossed. Like in that same game there, that happened to Embiid. Drummond got tossed and didn't do anything. And he's asking, what did I do? And they tossed him. And the coach had to go challenge the thing to untoss him. Like, this is why the ratings are down, because the NBA has become more about the referees than it has become about the players.
That's facts.
The referees are controlling the game.
I think we came to see them. We come to see you, Otis.
Like the referees, like I think Draymond Green said the best. Like the referees, man, they would talk to you crazy, and then the moment you check them on that, then they want to tech you. But you talk to me crazy. Like if I ask you a question, like, "Hey man, how was that a foul?" and you tell me, "Shut up," like what? Like I asked you just a easy, simple question. It wasn't disrespectful. Like, man, how was that a foul? Now, good refs will be like, hey, it was a foul here because you got to the elbow before you got to the hand. Yeah, the hand is legal. You can hit the hand on the shot, but you got to the elbow first.
Yeah.
Or you got body first. You hit body first before you.
Players respect
that. A good ref will tell you, what happened, or why I called it the way I did. An ignorant ref will be on a power trip and be like, shut up.
Got a good amount of those in the league now, for sure.
And so, like, yeah, that's why you have ref like Luca got a tech for walking, like literally walking. I seen Luca walking to the bench. He gets almost to the bench and they teched him. Now the league rescinded it, but that ended up costing us the game because that was his second tech and he got tossed. And we end up losing a close game because our best player got tossed for a tech that he didn't even say or do anything. And then Kid got tossed for asking what did he do. So the coach ends up getting tossed. He gets a tech, and then of course after he gets a tech, he gets pissed. Like, what the heck you tech me for? Just like last night. The ref is standing on the baseline, guys. I can see it. Jason Kidd is standing on the sideline in the coach's box. He can see it.
Mm-hmm.
The ref is standing right in front of the play. The ball clearly goes out on DeAndre Ayton's leg. It's clear as day. The ref calls it Blazers ball and forces Kidd to use a challenge on a simple out of bounds play that you was right there for. Like, this is the bad refereeing. And then now he's looking at Kidd because Kidd is angry and he's demonstrative. It's like, because he's pissed off because I got to use a challenge for a play that just didn't need to be challenged.
Right. Seeing clear cut.
Like, you're right there. What are you looking at? You're right in front of the play. Your eyes should have been following the ball the whole way. You should have been following the ball. It's a loose ball. And then, oh man, the league has been destroyed by the threes. It's been destroyed by the threes. It's like, no, that's not what's destroying the league.
It's officiating, bro.
If you want to control the threes, let the guys play. Let playoff basketball begin. How you call the game in the playoffs? Call it like that in the regular season.
Facts.
And the ratings will go up. The reason why the ratings down is because guys are shooting 15, 16 free throws a game. If you want the ratings to go up, let the physicality begin. That's why teams and players look totally different when playoffs come.
Mm-hmm.
Teams that's cooking now, they don't be cooking in the playoffs because the game is officiated totally different. You get away with a lot more physicality in the playoffs, a lot more pushing, a lot more shoving. It's a lot more body contact that's allowed in the playoffs. A guy can go up and challenge your shot and hit you with the body. You don't get that in the regular season as a foul. And so that's why guys be cooking. That's why guys like James Harden and other guys like that, they struggle in the playoffs because they don't get those calls.
Yeah, man.
But man, we'll be here, man. Luckily we'll have PJ back.
Yeah, he'll be back tomorrow night and play Sacramento.
I heard
late game, man.
Finney Smith went to the Lakers.
Oh, so that was real. I thought it was a rumor.
Nah, he went to the Lakers for D'Angelo Russell.
Shout out to him, man. I know he was ready to get out of it.
I want to get out this situation over there, man. Now there's resurfaced that the Mavericks and the Wizards are talking about your boy
don't say it.
Kyle Kuzma.
Do not say it. No. I knew you were gonna say that. No.
So the talk's been heating up, man.
Unless he's willing to come off the bench. No.
Well, he's gonna be off the bench for sure.
Nah, I don't want him to get here and he thinking like he thinking.
I think he's had enough. I think last year he thought that things were going to be a little bit different or whatever. And
sweet here.
When he gets in the situation and you realize, like, man, ain't nothing I can do here. Like, I'm a role player. I think it just hit him. Like, it just dawned on him. And so, like, to go to the team, I think that he will be humble. I mean, because you have no choice but to be humble. Like, you come on a team with Luke and Kyrie, like, you have no choice but like it's the same thing like PJ said. Like, when you get here, you see Luke and Kyrie in the flesh, it's like you just fall in line. Like, you have no choice. Like, that's where the ball's going. Like, why you're not getting it. I think it's one thing to go to a team and you see players and like that you're better than, and you're like, I don't understand it. I don't understand why I'm not getting the ball. Like,
facts, but
but you come here, like you see, like why you're not getting the ball.
Yeah, I just don't want him come here and then we have to put hands on him because we got some people here that's a little unhinged and they with the smoke.
We got a lot of people here.
With that smoke. I was hoping you said that. I was hoping you said that.
Man, you got PJ, you got the Morris twins, you got Najee, you got Luka. Luka tell you like you got a lot of people that's unhinged.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kyrie's he's a normal one, like the kumbaya. Luka's the hothead. Like he gonna cuss his teammates out. He gonna cuss the opponent teammates out, the opponent fans out.
Yeah.
So he's hot-headed. So Najee's with that. So that's why him and Najee click so well.
And I went back and looked at the clip, man. They called that man a bum.
Najee,
a bum N-word. I was
man,
like,
they
boy.
cussed him out. They was like, PJ pointing at him like, you see this fool? Like, you see this? Like, he walking up on us. Like, they was like, they just like it with it. They enjoyed it. And so
they enjoyed it. They were like they hoped he said it.
Spencer Dinwiddie was like, he was like, y'all didn't even catch the funniest part. He said the funniest part was when PJ went to the bench and he's explaining like what happened. So he's like, most of us didn't see it because we was on the bench, and so we didn't really see the whole melee or how it unfolded. Like most of us caught the punch, but we didn't see like everything.
Like Cleveland said, he said, I didn't even see it. He said, I just seen kind of like the aftermath of
it, whatever. So, and so he like PJ went over there. He was like, just telling like what happened. Like, yeah, he swung on him, so I came in. I just pushed him, And so PJ was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get suspended or whatever because I just pushed him. And so they was telling him like, but he on the ground though. And like, hey man.
Hey man, Kyrie, shout out to Kyrie. He said he gonna pay their fines, man. So they ain't gonna worry about missing that bread, man.
Yeah, man. They suspended Najee 4 games without pay.
Dang, that's 4 game checks, boy.
So they taking all of. Hold on, let's do the quick math. Let's see what Najee is. Let's see what Najee's doing. What he's making per game, just to try to calculate this of how diabolical this is.
Oh yeah,
his salary per game.
Where's he at? Najee. Yes.
Let's see if we can pull his salary up when he's taking home per game, his game check.
Let me go back. So his salary is,
I know it's 27 million total. Then he's making 9 million a season.
He's making a 8.5 and some change. So they just say 8.5 and then divide that by 82. So that's a little over 9.6. No, that's not right. No. Is that right?
So you say he's making 80. You say he's making 85. I mean 8.5 million.
8.5 million. It's a little over 8.5 million, but it's 8.5.
Okay. Let me do the math.
That's 100.
So about 103. A little bit, well, over 103 rather.
So that's about.
So do that 4 times.
That's almost $500,000.
So he lost $500,000 for a punch.
God,
on top of the fine he gonna get fined.
Yeah.
I don't know if did they say how much they fined him for?
They usually don't really publicize it, but usually it's anywhere from $5 to $25,000. And if you like on that high end, like Draymond be like 50 grand, but his probably be like 5 to 10, maybe 15.
I think they put it out. Let me see. They put it out. They put out both him and PJ. They put out both of their fines. So Najee Marshall 4 games. He was fined $2,000 for getting the technical off rip.
Mm-hmm.
Then he got fined another $2,000 for being ejected. And then for the 4-game suspension, the total amount that he's going to lose is $236,453. So 240 basically total. PJ also $2,000 for the in-game technical, $2,000 for the ejection, and then PJ got fined $89,000 for a 1-game suspension. How you get $89,000 for a push?
Boy.
But I like what Devin Harris said. He said it sucks now, but this is going to help this team in the playoffs. Because when you know you have guys like that, and other teams know you have guys like that,
they're going to watch how they step.
They're not going to step to you any kind of way because they know that it can go sideways. Like, he's just not a talker. He would actually punch me in my mouth.
Facts.
So now there's fluidity to what Najee Marshall says. Like, if he walk up to you and be like, I'll punch you in your mouth, you kind of know like he would probably punch me in my mouth.
And then I got I got one behind me that's gonna step right along with me. So if I jump it off, he gonna be right there. And then I got one on that bench.
You got quite a few. Like, Luka's gonna be with the mess too. And like Luka's gonna be down with it.
Then I got one on the bench over there. We got old head over there. He with it.
So you have that, and the old head keeps the temperature in the locker room right. Keeps it even keel. He keeps he helps keeps the egos in check with all the guys there. He keeps the main thing.
Like, he's out here down his has him.
Yeah, like, we here to win, guys. Like, so whatever that takes to do so, that's all that matters.
Facts.
Like, so it don't matter like how you feel about something. Like, it's about winning. And if that's not your objective, then you just need to leave.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how he's coming. Like when they had the meeting in Utah, I heard that's kind of what his conversation was. When Dallas had lost like those 4 games in a row, it was kind of like, hey guys, I don't know what y'all on, but it ain't on winning.
Facts.
So that's kind of the thing there with the Mavs, man. Hopefully they can bounce back. PJ will be a big help. I hate that he keeps starting Spencer Dinwiddie. Please start Grimes. Please start Grimes. Spencer just plays better off the bench. He just does. He just plays better. I think it helps him to be able to see the game and get the floor of the game faster.
Yeah.
Grimes actually plays better starting. Like, most of his games he's went off is because he was starting. And I've always said, if somebody's missing, especially in the guard range, please start Grimes.
Facts.
Because he's aggressive and he's going to come out and look to get a bucket. Spencer Dinwiddie wasn't looking to get a bucket. He was playing so relaxed. So now, like, Kyrie started off kind of relaxed and Dinwiddie kind of relaxed. It's like, before you know it, you're down 18 points. Because you got neither one of your guards being aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't start trying to be aggressive till later on in the game, but you had dug such a big hole. And it's like, no, like, bro, you got to come out and just go and punch him in the mouth. And so, like, Portland fans are excited, like, oh, yeah. It's like, dude, like, chill out, man. Like, if we had just one of our guys, we win. Like, if we had Najee or PJ, like, we'll win, guys. Like,
ball game, Stop.
Like, we had Kyrie playing power forward, guys. Come on, man. We had 4 guards. We had 4 guards in there. Kyrie was literally sticking y'all power forward.
Facts.
Like, that's how depleted we were at the position. outside of Maxi Kleber, we really didn't have another forward.
No. And shout out to Cleveland, man. He's seemed like he's finally got over that mental blockness.
Oh, he finna miss some game. He played when he got in that 5. Cleveland finna miss some game. They're there right now. I know his history.
All right, man. We see it. We heard it here first, man. Dan said he gonna miss some games. Anytime he stick him in at the 5, man, he gonna miss some games after that. So we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see if it's gonna be Sacramento or if it's gonna be the next 2 or 3 games.
It's gonna be something stupid too, like a swollen jaw or something. It's gonna be something stupid, like the fractured rib. I still don't understand the fractured rib.
I don't either.
I don't understand.
I don't get
he
it.
had a hurt toe, and then the next day his ribs was fractured. I was like, God, dog.
And then you dunked on Bill. Usually, if your ribs are fractured, it hurts to do this.
It hurts to play because you can't breathe. If you ever I had bruised ribs before, and my ribs were just bruised, and it was hard to breathe. So when I go hoop and stuff, it was hard to take in deep air, deep breaths because I'm grabbing my side like, God, dog. Every time you expand those lungs and those ribs expand, it hurts. And so if his is fractured, I know it will hurt. So I don't know what that is, but man, whatever it is, man, we'll be here, man, for the next game with the Cowboys, man. We're going to tune in for the Mavericks too, man. The Mavericks play on Tuesday. We play the Kings, man.
Oh, it's Tuesday?
Yeah. No, Monday. It's tomorrow. We'll be here tomorrow, guys. We'll be here tomorrow. The Mavericks
late game, man.
Tomorrow they hitting us with these late games, man, messing our schedule up. But we're gonna still try. I should be good. So we should go live. We should go live tomorrow after the game. I'll be good to go live tomorrow after the game. And hopefully we can bounce back. We'll have PJ back. Hopefully Lively's back too. If we can get those 2 back, that'll be big time. That'll give us more depth at the 4 and the 5. So we'll see how these things roll with them. With the Cowboys, it is what it is, guys. We're playing for a high draft pick, man. We play the Commanders next, man. Hopefully they come in and take care of their business and beat us. And we do this, man, and we'll just get on to the offseason of the Cowboys. We'll be discussing the offseason of the Cowboys here as well. The offseason in general. We love you guys. Continue to rock with us, man.
No, most definitely, man. We appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. We're up to 54 views as of right now, man. So appreciate y'all rocking with us on this Sunday, man. But like you said, man, tune in with us on tomorrow night after the Dallas Sacramento game, man. We'll give our insight and analysis as well on how that plays out. Get our boy PJ back. But man, make sure y'all hit that like button on y'all way out. Make sure y'all share this and subscribe as well, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all, man. Peace.